Taiwan reports first local case of Coccidioidomycosis. Taiwan tightens penalties for undersea cable damage. Škoda's Neihu flagship exit signals deeper import car woes. Magnitude-7.6 Quake strikes off Japan. Hong Kong votes in election. Woman who blackmailed son Heung-min gets 4 years in jail. China's trade surplus tops $1 trillion for first time. First giant panda cub born in Indonesia.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funny News. It's Wednesday, December 10th, Nobel Prize Day, and here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan news, Taiwan has confirmed its first locally acquired case of Coccidioidomycosis. Health authorities reported that a man in his 50s who works in a container repair and cleaning developed fatigue, coughing, and shortness of breath in early August. Lab tests confirmed the fungal infection. Officials urge workers handling containers to stay alert and avoid inhaling contaminated dust. The patient is recovering well. Taiwan's legislature has passed amendments to 3 of the Sea Cable 7 laws, imposing penalties of up to 7 years in prison for intentionally damaging underwater water pipes, gas pipelines, or power cables, with offending vessels are subject to confiscation. The move follows repeated sea cable incidents, including the February severing of the Taipan No. 3 cable involving a cargo ship with PRC ties. Xiaopeng has decided to exit the market less than 2 years after opening its $400 million NT dollar 800-pin Neihu Flagship, Škoda's largest site in Asia outside China. Industry observers say this retreat highlights structural problems in Taiwan's import car market, with over 30,000 vehicles stuck in port and weak demand. Factories and agents push pressure onto dealers, causing mounting losses and forcing closures. And in global news, a tsunami alert was triggered after a powerful earthquake struck off northern Japan on Monday. The Japanese Meteorological Agency said the Magnitude-7.6 quake struck off Hokkaido near the coastal city of Aomori, with an epicenter about 30 miles below the sea surface. The agency downgraded the tsunami warning to a tsunami advisory on Monday afternoon. Japanese authorities remain busy late Monday safeguarding coastal communities.
Public broadcaster NHK reported that nuclear power plants in the region were conducting safety checks, adding that the government had set up a response room at Prime Minister Sanae Takeichi's office. An offshore tsunami was observed around 6 miles off Iwate Prefecture in northeastern Japan. A tsunami wave about a foot tall was also reported farther north off Arimo town. Waves of up to 1.5 feet were recorded near the town of Urakawa. While the Japanese government and the plant's operator, the Tokyo Electric Power Company, have worked to contain the damage, thousands of residents have been forced to leave their homes, and much about the site's highly radioactive interior remains a mystery.
Hong Kongers have voted in an election seen as a test of public sentiment following a deadly fire that angered some in the city. The government mounted a huge campaign to encourage residents to choose members of the Legislative Council. All of the candidates were vetted to ensure they are loyal to China. Voter turnout was 31.9%. The last election in 2021 saw the administrative region's lowest ever turnout of 30% amid widespread voter apathy.
This election took place as many were mourning a devastating fire in Hong Kong's Tai Po district last month that killed nearly 160 people. Around 1.3 million voted out of about 4.1 million registered voters in the city, which has a population of more than 7 million. China earlier made sweeping changes to Hong Kong's electoral system to ensure only patriots could run for seats. Beijing has said the changes were necessary to ensure stability in Hong Kong, but critics say they weakened democracy. Ahead of the recent election, authorities distributed aid to survivors of the Tai Po fire, arrested suspects, and sought to improve building safety, as some Hong Kongers raised questions about the incident.
A South Korean court has sentenced a woman who blackmailed football star Heung-min to 4 years in prison. The woman in her 20s and her accomplice, a man in his 40s, were found guilty of blackmailing the Korean star by claiming she was pregnant with his child. A Seoul district court heard that the woman had approached Son sometime last year, claiming she was carrying his child, when in fact she did not know whether that was the case. She extorted 300 million won from him and threatened to go public with the allegation if he did not comply.
The woman's accomplice, who had threatened Son 15 times to get the money, was handed a 2-year jail term for attempted blackmail. When they demanded more money this year, Son went to the police. The judge said the woman and her accomplice had abused Son's celebrity for their crime, and that Son appeared to have gone through intense mental anguish after the case was reported in the media. Son was named the second highest paid footballer in Major League Soccer, MLS, in October, North America's top-tier football league akin to England's Premier League. Widely regarded as one of Asia's best football stars, Son enjoys huge popularity in his home country and the region.
China's exports returned to growth in November after an unexpected contraction the month before, although shipments to the United States dropped nearly 29% from a year earlier, marking an 8th straight month of double-digit declines. According to customs data released on Monday, overall exports from China in November were 5.9% higher than last year in dollar terms, at $330.3 billion, exceeding economists' estimates. This was an improvement from the 1.1% contraction in October.
Underscoring a widening gap between overall exports and imports, the customs data showed that China's trade surplus for the first 11 months surpassed the $1 trillion mark, reaching nearly $1.08 trillion. That's a record high for any single year and exceeds the $992 billion surplus recorded in all of 2024. While exports from China to the U.S. have fallen for most of the year, shipments have surged to other destinations, including Southeast Asia, Latin America, Africa, and the European Union. China's imports increased 1.9% in November to more than $218.6 billion, better than October's 1% growth, even though a persistent downturn in the property sector is still weighing on consumer spending and business investment.
The first giant panda cub born in Indonesia is noisy, nursing well, and showing other signs of good health. Indonesian safari park released video and photos showing the fuzzy newborn in the incubator, squirming and squealing while being cuddled by his mother. The mother, 15-year-old Hu Chun, gave birth to Sotriel Riotama, nicknamed Real, on November 27th. The name symbolizes the hope, resilience, and shared commitment of Indonesia and China in protecting endangered species.
Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto announced the baby panda's name on Thursday and showed his photo when he met Wang Huning, a top Chinese political advisor and leading ideologist. Rio is stable and showing healthy early signs, such as strong vocalization, effective nursing, and steady weight gain, while being monitored constantly. He is expected to develop better temperature control and fur growth, open his eyes, and move more over the next several weeks. The conservation park said it was prioritizing the health and welfare of the mother and baby, and that he would not yet be accessible to the public.
The answer for yesterday was B, disrupt. Heavy rain and strong winds may disrupt the outdoor concert, forcing organizers to delay the event. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. First giant panda cub born in Indonesia. Number 1, squeal. 尖叫发出尖锐声. The kid squealed with excitement when the ride started. Number 2, incubator. 孵化器新创中心育成中心. The startup joined a tech incubator to receive funding and mentoring. Number 3, squirm. 扭动坐立难安. He squirmed in his seat when asked about the mistake. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. The first Nobel Prizes were awarded on December 10, 1901, the 5th anniversary of the death of Alfred Nobel. Nobel was a Swedish scientist, inventor, and businessman who was also passionate about writing drama and poetry. He is best known as the inventor of dynamite and other high explosives, and he held more than 350 patents in his lifetime. For more than a century, Nobel Prizes have been awarded each year on this day in Stockholm, Sweden, where Alfred Nobel was born and spent much of his adult life. And that's all for today's FUNDAY News. Be sure to tune in to FUNDAY News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join FUNDAY for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I'll see you next time.